Welcome back to the present. Thank you for joining me this time. If you're stumbling into my channel or you've been watching for a while and you're here to subscribe, make sure you're doing that favor and that honor by subscribing. Strike a like on the video. Very, very important for the video. You guys just watch like without striking a like. It doesn't take you more than 1 or 2 seconds to just strike a like on the video. Or do me that honor too, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. Now, I've been hearing some people say Arsenal scoring deep or good enough, which for me is a fallacy. I don't know whether they're saying that out of spite, out of banter, or they mean it. That's relative and subjective. I'm hearing that our replacements, when certain key players or out of the starting level are out or are injured, our replacements are in great. Is that true? Let us actually have this conversation and I'll show you that these things they're saying is not necessarily true. So let's watch this video and I'll come back and lay my commentary and I'll debunk what he's saying in this video. Fair use, and fair use.
I just look at Saliba. I look at the way he's playing. I look at Gabriel. I look at your spine now with Declan Rice in there. But it also gives me a bit of worry if you do get one or two injuries. The replacements aren't great. I'm sorry, Jorginho is not great replacement.
Let's pause there. Let's pause there. See, it's funny people want to pick on Jorginho because at Chelsea, he wasn't looking that great. And the right word is not great. There are not so many great players in English Premiership. There are good players and top players. So for me, it's valid. For me, it's wrong. So we'll put it aside. Let's talk about his saying. I understand what I'm trying to say. Jorginho will still play for Man City. Jorginho will play for Manchester United. Let's not play this gimmickry Jorginho. Now, I give it to him. Jorginho might not have the physicality, he might not have the athleticism, but when it comes to football brain, how many midfielders in the English Premiership have the football brain Jorginho have? Let's not relegate Jorginho because he doesn't show you a lot of pace and tenacity, but his footballing brain is still one of the sharpest in the English Premiership. Jorginho played 60 minutes against Man City and held his own without pace and athleticism. No, he played last season when Partey was out of form against Aston Villa. Remember that comeback against Aston Villa, scoring that wonderful goal? Like, let's not do this. It might not be a cup of tea aesthetically, but you cannot tell me Jorginho will not play in most teams in the English Premiership. He's not even a starting bet for us, but he will start for other teams. And you're telling me Ingrid. If you look at Man U, if you take away the Bruno Fernandes, how many midfielders are there have the quality of Jorginho? When I mean quality, football IQ, technicality, not some pace and passion that most English fans are used to. See, football goes beyond pace and passion, English fans, right? Watch other leagues, watch total football. Everything's about pace and passion. So I've debunked the Jorginho nonsense. Let's listen to other things he has to say.
Kivio is still young, inexperienced. You know, the replacements are
Then
great.
let's pause. He said Kivio is too young and inexperienced. I find that ridiculous. We saw Kivio play a fantastic game. Gave us a fantastic block against Brentford in the Carabao Cup a few weeks ago. We saw Kivio play a fantastic game against Newcastle last season. Kivio is even criminally underrated, even among the Arsenal fan base. We know we are blessed to have Saliba and have Gabriel Magalhaes. For me, those two will be a starting bread for any other team in English Premiership, not alone in English Premiership. In other teams in the world, how many teams will not have Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes in their starting 11? Let me hear it. Most teams will have those center half pairings. So I get it; those guys are outstanding. But Kivio and Tomiyasu are quality, top quality replacement if we don't have Saliba and we don't have Gabriel Magalhaes. Let's not do that. Now, let's go to the team in support, Manchester United. If you take away Varane, you take away Lisandro Martinez, who are not, for me, are not up to the level of Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes. We saw last time they played, they brought in Johnny Evans. Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire. Can you compare Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire to Kivio and Tomiyasu? No, what can you compare that? But he has the audacity to say, oh, if you bring a Kivio, he's not great. He might be young, but he's a very, very good center half. plays for the Polish national team. He can play left back, can play left center half. Fantastic, fantastic defender who is, in my opinion, criminally underrated because he's not English. And I understand why a lot of you, maybe the fans of other clubs, have not seen much of him because it is hard to displace Gabriel Magalhaes, who has a starting berth. So let's not do that. Get your information and facts right, Mr. Said. Let's continue, and I'll continue to debunk this fallacy and this misinformation is laying out. Fair use again and fair use.
If you lose them key spines, which can happen, Saliba suspected to injury, happened last season for a while. Declan Rice, maybe the
Let's not correct that. Saliba is not susceptible to injuries. Injuries are part of the game. Let's not do that. When he went on loan in Marseille, he played, I think, 35, 36 games, missed only 2 games. He had a back injury. That can happen. A back injury is not a repeated, notorious injury that he's having all the time. So Saliba is not susceptible to injuries. Haaland struggled a little bit at Dortmund with a few injuries, but last season he didn't have that. That can happen. When it means someone susceptible to injuries, likes of Kieran Tierney, we saw a pattern every season, was out for half of the season. That's different. Saliba has never been out for half of the season. Right? He didn't have a muscle injury, he didn't have a leg injury, he had a back injury last season. That doesn't mean he's susceptible to injury. Can't we just correct that? See, why don't we just go all green, all red, no midpoint? Let's apply logic, sensibility, and objectivity. You might not like Arsenal, which is fair, but you can still be objective. You claim you're a football person. Football people should look at things objectively, right? So I've debunked that. Let's listen to the other waffles. He has to continue to waffle. Fair use, and fair use again.
overloaded games. He may get a little niggle here and there in crucial parts of the season. You don't need that. And I think, obviously, with other players like Saka now, he's out.
So that's the end of the video. Saka was out against Man City, and we still won. So all these people trying to discredit the quality in the Arsenal squad, you're not even doing a good job of it because you've not done your research. It shows you've not watched enough football like you claim to say you've watched. It's funny that most of these content creators that are England-based, they have limited knowledge, but they have a lot to say. I've been saying it for a long time. You just have a lot to say. You don't watch other leagues to compare and contrast. What they see as quality is not really quality most of the time, especially when you're going to look at how they say what they presume as world class or as top class. You can tell that the new generation of fans, unfortunately, you don't know your football as much as you think. Not all. I'm saying the prominent ones who show their faces, who pretend to know so much. I don't think they know football as much as they say. Go watch other leagues. Don't just focus on English Premiership. Don't think because the player has pace and passion makes him top class. No. Fans have pace and passion, but they don't have that quality. Hence, they'll be playing for their team. So sometimes go beyond what English Premiership, watch the Spanish League, watch the Asian League. Sometimes they might not be the most glamorous or the most quality. Just watch so you can compare and contrast and gain more information and data to make more informed decisions about what you're putting out. So, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section about me debunking those misinformation he was putting out. Shout out to Said. Nothing against him. I just think he didn't do his research well. He has not watched it of us now to have those kind of opinions he was putting out. Do me a favor, like the video. Very, very important. Subscribe here to subscribe. Do me that honor and make sure you turn on your notification bell. And I'll see you guys on the next one. And I'll say bye for now.